Hello, friend. Welcome to another episode of the Mount Rushmore of everything. Today, we are taking a dive in and talking about Looney Tunes Characters. Start us off.
First non-negotiable, Bugs Bunny.
Agreed.
He's the Mickey Mouse of Looney Tunes. One of the most recognizable animated cartoons in the world, I would say. Probably his only rival would be Mickey Mouse. Those two, when you think of animated cartoons, of course, there are several years now after, and there are others. But when you think classic animation cartoons, you think Mickey Mouse, you think Bugs Bunny. He's the boss.
Yeah, actually the official mascot of Warner Bros.
Well, yeah, they added him to the WB in many of their movies. That says something.
What's up, Doc? Obviously the classic phrase.
What's up, Doc?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Thumbs up if you think that Carlo did a good job with that.
Thank you.
And if you didn't, give him a thumbs up for effort. Appeared in more films than any other Looney Tunes character.
Mm-hmm.
Most frequent character in Looney Tunes / Merry Melodies cartoons with 167 appearances.
Mm-hmm.
That number will keep coming up with some of my picks here, but he's number 1 with 167.
Mm-hmm.
Ninth most portrayed film personality in the world.
Oh.
And that's not just animated. That is any film personality, anything. Right? Like this would include things like the Joker, I think, and all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Number 9 has his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Right.
One of 18 fictional characters that have a Hollywood Walk of Fame star. So he's in an elite company with 18 other characters and also the only Looney Tunes character to have a Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Number 1 on TV Guide's list of top 50 greatest cartoon characters, which is one of the few lists I could find about these things. So overall, Bugs Bunny, easy. For the record, I think I have 2 clear non-negotiables. I have a third that I almost want to make non-negotiable, but I last minute was like, this might be non-negotiable, so I don't feel great about it. So I'm just locking in 2 non-negotiables for now. Daffy Duck.
Yeah. Agree. And I also have those 2 as non-negotiables. The other ones, you can argue one way or another.
Agreed. He is the 3rd most frequent character in Looney Tunes / Merry Melodies with 130. So 37 less than Bugs. And number 3, he's the foil for Bugs, of course, and number 14 on TV Guide's list of top 50 greatest cartoon characters, which, by the way, is second place for Looney Tunes next to Bugs Bunny.
Either one of those 2 were not in the first tier of characters that they came up with, but from that first tier, I think only one of them became really popular, and then that was the ones in, I think, 39. Then they came up with Bugs Bunny and Daffy. Together with other characters, they never started by themselves until later on. They I guess, found the formula and then they knew how to play them. And some of the most classic episodes of Looney Tunes are with those 2, Daffy and Bugs Bunny. And they are always opposite. And you have the duck season, rabbit season.
Sure.
It's a classic one, but they experimented with him a lot, and they nailed those 2 characters so well. Also, one of the things that in art they teach you, especially when you're designing a character, is make sure that your character can be recognized by the silhouette. And with these 2, I don't know if they came up with that rule because of all these characters and how recognizable they are. But you just see the silhouette and you know who they are. Just like Mickey Mouse, which is one of the easiest cartoons to draw. It's just 3 circles. Third one.
Yep, give it to us.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
All right, I'm going to go with Porky Pig.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, really?
That was my borderline non-negotiable.
Okay.
You didn't think I was going to agree on that one?
No, I didn't think so.
Interesting.
This is the reason, because some of the lists that I saw, they would have him like closer to 10, which I found very interesting. But I think some of the reasoning is that he was the first one to really hit it off for Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies. So he's one of the oldest, if not the oldest, of the characters that became popular for Warner Brothers.
For sure.
He also gave us the ending of each cartoon. The yabbity 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 yabbity. That's all, folks.
Yep. To be honest, Porky Pig was one that I kind of started with like some doubts. I thought Daffy and Bugs were both clear and had all the stats. Porky solidified himself in that almost maybe would lock in as non-negotiable category simply because anything that's tangible to talk about here, he's clearly in that in that top tier. Second most frequent character in Looney Tunes / Merry Melodies with 153. So even more than Daffy. Daffy was third with 130. The oldest continuing Looney Tunes character, so that's worth a little something. You alluded to that. Eventually became a sidekick to Daffy's bigger star after Daffy as a sidekick. So that's maybe a hit against him, is that he wasn't necessarily always the star. But you could argue that Daffy sort of spent a lot of time in Bug Shadow
they were
too,
so good
it doesn't
together.
really matter. So I did think a hit against Porky is popularity with the people. And a lot of lists, whether it be less scientific ones like Ranker or maybe slightly more esteemed ones, he always underperformed relative to his importance to Looney Tunes. So people don't favor him as much as his importance would indicate. Number 47 on TV Guide's list of top 50 greatest cartoon characters, which is 5th for Looney Tunes. So we have number 1 for Looney Tunes, number 2 for Looney Tunes, and number 5 for Looney Tunes, which leaves 3 and 4 that has not been talked about yet, and maybe will or will not be mentioned, depending. I have to give the 4th one. So the ones I considered, there were a lot, right? There's a lot to talk about. There's Wiley Coyote, there's Roadrunner, Sylvester, Tweety, Tasmanian Devil, Marvin Martian, Foghorn Leghorn, Pepe Le Pew, Yosemite Sam, Elmer Fudd. But at the end of the day, I felt that there were a few that rose to the top. So I ended up with thinking, okay, it's going to be Wiley Coyote, Roadrunner, Sylvester, or Tweety. And then I thought, okay, what's most popular? How can I separate one from the rest? And I ended up going with Wiley E. Coyote.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
4 for 4?
Yeah.
Hex yeah. Let's go.
It just makes sense to me.
I agree. So this is one that I thought it was my gut, and then I didn't find any facts to remove it, and most sort of solidified its place. So I'll give an argument as well for Sylvester / Tweety, but I'll start with Roadrunner. So I think it's over Roadrunner because Roadrunner is not the protagonist. Roadrunner is really a very two-dimensional character that is only there to flesh out Wiley E. Coyote.
Yeah, if anything, one-dimensional anyway. The way that they designed him, the way that they thought of this character, they didn't want to have an opposite to Wiley's antagonist, I guess, or villainy. They wanted the Roadrunner to be just a force.
Yes.
And that was it. That's all he is. It's just a force that it's non-stoppable.
Yes. Wiley Coyote never does. It's always him doing to himself. Roadrunner never. They had a rule, I think, that Roadrunner could not ever cause anything directly.
It's a Coyote's own idiocy.
Yes.
Or naivete.
Yes. And then I thought, too, does anybody prefer Roadrunner over Wiley E. Coyote?
No.
And I think no. And even when it comes on scientific things, number 3 on Ranker, Wiley E. Coyote. Number 38 on TV Guide's top cartoon characters of all time, which is 4th for Looney Tunes. We'll get into what the 3rd one was in a bit. Unlike Tom the Cat, Sylvester, Elmer Fudd, and Yosemite Sam, he's the only protagonist in the main cartoons he is in, which I thought was a big thing. Because the other ones, you could argue, they sort of elevate each other in the sense that, Sylvester and Tweety are both main characters, if you will. So they're both kind of elevating each other, whereas Wiley stands on his own by his own merits. So for the record, I think the only other one, personally, that I think has a good argument is Sylvester. So my reasoning for that, so I was really between Wiley and Sylvester, because Sylvester is actually that 3rd for Looney Tunes on TV Guide's top cartoons at number 33. So 33, number 3 for Looney Tunes, to Wiley E. Coyote's 38, number 4 for Looney Tunes. So that's 1 point in Sylvester's favor. The other thing is Sylvester is also the 4th most frequent character in Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies after Daffy Duck with 103. Tweety only has 46. So to me, that was an instant, okay, Tweety can go. So there is some evidence for Sylvester, too. I think that definitely can be argued. Yeah. But for me personally, I just couldn't get past the, gut and then that Ranker thing and stuff, that it just feels like if I were to pick a beloved character, I don't think Sylvester just feels like everybody's like, yeah, Sylvester, okay.
Yeah.
Wiley E. Coyote, I feel like, is easily more beloved than Porky Pig, I would say, and up there with the elites of Daffy Duck.
He's also the one that gave us, or made famous, the whole Acme company.
Yeah, for sure.
They go hand in hand.
In the comments down below, tell us what your 4 are. Tell us if you think our 4 are right. And let us know why, too. Don't just be like, I think you're wrong. Well, tell us why.
Yeah.
Tell us who should be there. And give us your logic why. And because I feel is not a good answer. Just so you know. It's not a good answer. Let us know. Start a discussion. While you're at it, drop a like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And be sure to subscribe if you like videos like these. We have videos like this coming out every single Thursday. We will talk to you next time.
He's like... It's just funny.
We get really dark really fast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine that? Sticks him with a fork.
There are a few fan